Am I going for vacation? I'm going to Greece. Oh, homie thinks he's going on vacation. Escaping the current Swain, legit. Escaping taking a little vacation. Top Sharky, Feely, nice. Welcome, guys. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. So, let's just say, first of all, I got something cooked up for you guys. Something I think it could be really fun to talk about. But I am also going on a vacation this Sunday, and I need to edit a lot of videos, which I already have spent a lot of time on today, and I'm gonna spend some time tomorrow as well, all day tomorrow, bro. Legit. I'm gonna edit some videos so there can still be some uploads while I'm gone, because I'll be gone for 10 days from next Sunday. So that's quite some time. That's quite some time away. But I'll try and get like a few videos up still. But yeah, I'll be going. I think it's gonna be good getting a little my mind off. Come back to a fresh start in League of Legends, bro. Also, next patch looks horrendous, so low-key, I'm glad I'm gone. Like that, I mean. Holy shit. Like, they're buffing the blank, bro. And I now, bro. The blank, Irelia. It's gonna be disaster, bro. Anyways, guys, I've made, you know how it's kind of popular to make like rework ideas for all your favorite champions. Well, I've made one for Swain that I want to show you guys. And I don't know if we should start with that or I should play some games first. I'm not sure what you guys want to see. But yeah, we'll play a few games. We'll talk about my little rework idea just for fun. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like, I'm not saying it's not gonna be like the perfect solution, but I think it's a little fun discussion. I think I could maybe, I think it would at least be the better direction for Swain. Rework first. Let's see it. All right. Well, let's talk about my fan rework then. Why not? Why not, chat? So, maybe I should show it a little. Do you guys want to just see the whole thing? Or should I go over the past? You know what? I'll just show the whole thing. We'll go over all the parts together, okay? All my ideas. Hassan for sure got a rioter in the DMs. I don't know what you're talking about, guys. Come on, I don't know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, guys. Everything, okay. Rework, okay. But chat, it's a long list. I made a lot of changes. I think it's gonna be very positive. We'll go over. I made like a goal list as well, all the goals, and I'm gonna try and explain all my thoughts and all my ideas about these kind of changes. And I mean, my list isn't done. I'm gonna like once I'm fully done with it, I'll post it on my like community tab, and maybe it gets some attention. I don't know. Okay, let's just get into it, bro. So, I made this list here before stream. It actually took me quite a while, bro. Well, I mean, it took me like an hour and a half or something to come up with all this shit, bro. Surely Brad can do it in a week or something. But gonna start off my little change list, and this is just, let me just start off by saying this is just my personal idea to a Swain rework. Not saying this is necessarily the correct thing, but it is something that I would think would make the champ in a better, more consistent spot. And I think he would be way less frustrating and way better if he actually got all these changes. So first off, if it was up to me to change, I would give him first of all 5 more movement speed. This helps a ton in especially laning phase, especially for mid and top. Mid needs to dodge a lot of skill shots, I honestly also think this would help support out a lot, because having movement speed is really nice on support to be able to roam or join fights or whatever, right? Helps him kite in ultimate a bit easier as well. All that stuff. Then I would give him 30 more growth per level, and this is gonna make sense once we get to the passive, of course. But yeah, he has pretty low growth. 129 is still, I think, less than Rise, and Rise has like even more base HP to start with as well. So I think this is not even that bad for a battle mage. Then I would give him from 29. This is current. By the way, these are like the current stats, and then the ones that are highlighted, these are my new ideas on the stats. I would just give him some extra mana growth as well. Try and make him because I'll show you why. Swain just has an extremely low mana pool compared to a lot of our champs. He doesn't even get 1000 mana at level 20, bro. He doesn't even get 1000 mana, right? Like, genuinely, let's say we just go Rise, for example. Bro, Rise literally gets 1600. Like, other mage, I just feel like every mage, look, Anivia, 1400. And these guys even still build Row and shit. They have more mana usage, but my version is also gonna have more mana usage. So we'll see it. What about like Annie? What does she have? Annie actually has less, but she has a mana refund on Q, right? And she's a burst champ, not a battle mage. So these are the base stats I would change. More HP growth, more mana growth, and 5 extra movement speed. I think it would make it better scaling with levels, but also even out a little of the matchups, especially with the movement speed. Then we're gonna come to the passive now. I think my big thing in this little rework I've done, this little fan rework, is I remove passive stacks completely. I think they're just really unhealthy. And I know a lot of people like the infinite scaling on the passive stacks, but I just think he could be in a much better spot if he didn't have them. Because it, I mean, this is something we'll talk about in the goals later as well, but passive stacks are just really, they're just very low elo skewed. They're very bot lane skewed. There's so many stacks to get in bot lane. In lower elos, people are not dodging your E's as much. It's just way easier to get stacks if you're in low elo in bot lane. It makes it so it's really hard to buff or change a champ, because if you change different stuff, especially like when he gets so many more stacks in bot lane and in lower elos, you just can't make him a real champion above masters, right? I think he would be in a better spot if this was removed and all this power is influenced into his champ as well. So this is also why I decided to give him more HP growth. This is 30 extra HP per level, which is 2 extra stacks, right? So this is the same as getting 2 stacks per level. In HP, it's still gonna be less on average, I think, than this permanent HP. But I think it's gonna be way more consistent, because, like, for example, some games, you'll have a game like, I mean, for example, in this game, if I'm level 9, it would be equal to, I would have the same HP, for example. But you can also have other games where it doesn't go too well, and you have 1 stack or like 10 stacks at 10 minutes, right? You'd probably rather have just a better HP growth to even out. But it's still weaker, it's still less HP overall, because, like, in a lot of games, you will have, like, I don't know, 1000 bonus HP at 20 minutes, right? At level 12. With these changes, you would only have like 300. Like, you would have less, some games less than half the amount of HP. But I mean, we are taking power away because I want to give power to other places. I mean, we're gonna get to that later on. I've also reduced the health, the heal, max HP heal per soul. The passive is still the same with the heals, but just without the permanent stacks. Instead of just 6% flat, in my little change list, I've made it free scaling to 8% from level 1 to 18. I just think it's it's better fitted if it scales a bit more, because again, this is very bot lane skewed. If it's scaled out through levels, it benefits lanes that have levels more. And it can get even higher than 6%, right? So when you're actually level 18, you're gonna have 8% passive stacks. EW is gonna heal way more. But this is also, I think it's also taken into account that you might on average have less HP because you don't have passive stacks anymore, right? So the heals might still be roughly even. But again, this is just a rework idea, and I don't want to make, like, I could easily make the champ 65% win rate with changes, and that's not the goal, right? The champ, I'm trying to go for a change list that does not ultra boost the champion to absurd broken amounts, right? It gotta be a realistic changes. So, like, if you give power, you gotta take away power elsewhere. Then for Q, for my Q, I gave it 5 more mana cost per level. So instead 40 to 60, then it's 40 to 80. So at level 9, it's actually very much more mana reliant. And this is also, as one of my goals later on in the change list, is to make Rod of Ages an actual Swain item. I think it's funny how Rod of Ages is literally probably it is statistically the worst starting item for Swain, which just is kind of absurd when it's always been a Swain item, and you would think Roa is naturally a Swain item, but it's just not. You're low-key griefing if you buy Rod of Ages, because you don't need 800 mana and Eternity passive, it's just way too much. So I think putting extra mana cost on Q, W, and E, which we're gonna get to later on, would be a good way of making Roa actually useful on him. For damage, I took away 10 base damage and gave him 5% more ratio. And max damage, which is double damage when you're close, hit all 5 bowls, it's then minus 20%, 20 base damage, and then 10% AP ratio. So this is a break even at 200 AP ratio. So everything after 200 AP ratio, your Q is gonna deal more damage. But I've done also a major nerf to Q. Well, I mean, it's a nerf in team fights, and that is remove Q Pierce on champions. I think by doing some big remove things is like the only way to make it balanced, because you just gotta you can't just buff everything and then just call it a rework. Like, you can't just make E hit all the time, ult be way better ratios, and then don't do like any nerfs or anything, right? So that's why for my little rework idea, I removed Q Pierce. It actually used to be like this, where it would just go through champion. Or like, sorry, it wouldn't go through champions. It would still go through minions for wave clear and shit. But like for example, in bot lane, you can't just line up the ADC and support and deal double damage to both of them, right? I'm gonna play Husum, yes, but we're gonna talk about this little list first. I'm gonna play in some minutes when I'm done. Okay, I'll play a few games, chat. By the way, I'm going on vacation this Sunday, so I'll be gone for 10 days after Sunday. I'll still try and upload some videos. I'll make some videos ready for when I'm gone, but there's gonna be a lot of days without Husum stream, sadly. But I'll be on a vacation, chat. I'll be chilling, so that's gonna be good for me. By the way, as well, if you're not understanding what's going on, this is just like a fan rework. If I had to rework Swain, this is what I would do personally. I'm not saying this is like the right thing, but I think this is what I would like, at least, if it was completely up to me. But it's not completely up to me, so just so you know. And also, if you have questions, I can answer in between, like, some of the things. I want to make like a video about it, so I can cut out like some parts. And I do understand, like, Q Pierce maybe might feel worse, but for example, in 1v1s, Q Pierce, this is just gonna be like a kind of stronger Q, right? Like, once you have over 200 AP in a 1v1, this Q is gonna be way stronger, bro. And also like the other abilities. Once I start talking about these are like gonna be way stronger as well. So your 1v1 is gonna be way better. You won't just get shit on in the side wave. But anyways, onto his W. I've also given it 10 more mana every rank. Again, to tie him more to Rod of Ages, but he also, of course, gets more mana from the mana growth. You probably don't have to build Rod of Ages, but I just think that mana cost is a good way to give abilities more strength. But also, mana cost is usually a more of a nerf for lower elos than it is for high elos, because mana management is a real skill that you get better as with your rank. The higher rank you are, typically the better you are at conserving and using your mana pool correctly, right? So you can't just perma spam Q, W, E the same way. You're gonna get punished harder with these mana changes, right? I just realized that. Then for the W range, I know a lot of people like having a long snipe on W, and I do that too. But I think it would be healthier for the ability if it had slightly lower range, but then way more damage, for example. Because right now, it's just kind of a pathetic damage W has. It's like good for slowing the enemy and like getting an assist, getting a triumph stack, or like that, but it doesn't really do any real damage, right? So the range goes down by 1500 every rank, like not in total, right? And around when you have 5 points in W, it's gonna be the same as level 2 W current version, but the damage is way higher. I've given it 5 more base damage per rank, so actually like when it's max level, it's 20 more base and 20 more % ratio. So it's actually gonna hit really hard. If you have 500 AP, your W is gonna do 400 damage from the ratio plus 230, right? It's gonna do 630 damage on the W with 500 AP, and it's still gonna be in a range where you can still snipe people in the sides, right? I've tried the range. Usually when I have around 3 points in W, you can kind of snipe from mid lane to every side lane, almost, if you just walk like a few steps in the river. So you'd still be able to do this with 5 points in W, but the whole idea of this little rework is making Swain, I mean, we'll see it, we'll talk a little about it later on in the goals again, but the whole idea is to just give him, like, make his levels matter more. Because right now, when you put points in W, when you put points in E, it doesn't really do anything. Only, like, the only levels that really matter for Swain is getting to level 6, so you have your first ult, because level 2 in ult, level 3 in ult doesn't really do much. And then getting to level 9, where you can just get 5 points in Q, and you just spam that away, and that carries your entire champ, right? Meanwhile, he has, like, or at least current version, he's very tied to getting a lot of stacks. It's very bot lane skewed, very low elo skewed. I think this will overall be a way healthier version. And for cooldown, I also nerfed the cooldown on W by 4 seconds, level 1. So it's very long, level 1. It's of course also more damage. And once you start getting points in W, it's gonna scale down towards 18 seconds again. So if you have a max W at level 13, right? That's when you have max W. Your W is gonna be really fucking good. It's gonna be, I think the W fantasy is way better with this version, because it's gonna be same cooldown, a little less range, but the Ws are gonna actually hit like nuclear bombs, okay? Compared to the current version. Because like right now, if you have 500 AP, the W is gonna do 510 damage. But 500 AP with this one is gonna deal 630 damage, right? That's 120 more extra damage. Same cooldown at level 13, right? But if you keep getting more AP, let's say you get like a Rabadons and you have 800 AP, bro, it's really gonna start doing numbers, man. It's really gonna start doing numbers on 800 AP, for example. Also, Q does Q is a net buff after 200 AP, and W is just a straight buff in damage. But it also, again, the cost of the extra damage is by less range, especially early on, and more mana cost, more cooldown. So you can't just sling it out there. You have to kind of hit it right. Then we come to the E. E is one of the most frustrating abilities on Swain. For my change set on this E, because again, I also wanted to keep a rework idea where because I also like to keep like a rework idea where you don't necessarily overchange everything, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because like of course you can give him a completely new ability or something, but it's not gonna be like that. It's mostly just numbers, changing numbers, so it's not too difficult. Does that make sense to do? Is this supposed to be what you do to Swain? Yes. This is just a rework idea by me. Only my personal opinion. And it's not, it's just for fun, okay? Just for fun. Swain Winrod will skyrocket? I'm not sure, bro. He's gonna have less HP. He's gonna have less worse team fights. No champion peers. Mana costs are way high. He has a way weaker early game. I don't think necessarily his win rate would skyrocket at all. His E mana cost goes up by 10. Cooldown increase by 2 seconds early, and then scaling down to the same 10 seconds at level 5. So again, points matters more in E because you get 1 second off every rank, right? Same with W. W points matters a lot because you get minus 2 seconds per point, and you get way more damage, right? Guys, my headset just died. Give me a sec, yeah. But, I'll be back in a sec. Am I allowed to comment on it? Yes, of course, bro. You can comment on it. This is just like for a fun little discussion, guys. I'm not saying this is like the 100% what to do, bro, but this is just like an idea, my idea at least. I've seen a lot of people do like these ideas, so I kind of maybe I should try one myself, bro. Give me a sec. The good old when you have like a wired headset and it just dies. Sorry, I mean when you have like a wireless headset and it just dies, then it's always good to have like a backup, good old wired headset, bro, that never dies. And chat, I'm not a game designer or anything. I have no idea how this would land. This is strictly just for fun. Strictly just for fun. With ideas, okay? And I'm gonna try and explain my best, and you guys can comment on it. I mean, it's fair enough if you think this is complete shit, bro. That's fair. That is fair, bro. Everyone can try and make their own rework if they dare, bro. It is what it is. It's always controversial, kind of talking about jam reworks, especially Swain, bro. Because he's a pretty controversial kind of opinions about him, right? Also, he has a lot of roles to play. But my big change to E is just make E explode and root if it touches a champ on E1, right? On the way out. I think a lot of frustration from E is just straight from it, like, at least from my point of view. I hate it when I throw my E and it goes straight through people, and then on the way back, it's just simply not fast enough or whatever to hit someone that is like in the medium range or close to you, and it misses. Or on the way back, it gets caught in the minion, and then it doesn't hit the guy I just threw it right directly through. So I think it would be better if E just exploded and it touched anyone. This would also make you have a way more reliable E, because then if you actually don't hit the E, like not on the way out or on the way back, then it's just like entirely your fault, bro. And you are also punished harder if you miss it, actually, because it's higher mana cost, higher CD. I think this will make it way more consistent, way more satisfying. I think current E is one of the biggest, like, kind of like dissatisfying things about Swain. It's just, bro, I hate whenever there's like a Irelia on top of me, and then I throw E out, it goes directly through her, and then she Qs me, lands on the other side, and then my E doesn't land. Like, it's so frustrating, bro. It's so frustrating. I think if we just give him a way better melee range, also with the Q pierce removed, and E just exploding melee range, right? If you just throw it at them, explodes. You would actually have a really good 1v1, man. And be able to actually fight close range against bruisers. I don't really think this would be like, I don't even think this would be that much overpowered than I think a lot of people would think, because it's like, bro, lots of champs have this. I mean, if you're close range to Zoe, you get insta bubbled. If you're close range to Syndra, she pushes you away or stuns you easily. Like, most people who have a stun, like, they're gonna hit it. If you're close range to Ari, you get insta charmed. Do you know what I mean? I don't think this is like game-breakingly broken, especially because there's a lot of nerfs throughout the whole kit. I've really tried not just doing one of those reworks where it's like, yo guys, we're buffing the ult, we're buffing the E, we're buffing everything, like, because obviously that's not like, we gotta nerf stuff. So even though it kind of sucks to like have higher mana cost, longer cooldowns, non-pierce, no passive stacks, I think it's just necessary nerfs to try and make champ more kind of consistent, more enjoyable, less frustrating, right? And there's still gonna be like counterplay, because, like, again, if you're not close range to Swain, you can still dodge it. You can still dash out of it. It's still pretty easy to spot. If you're max range, you can just walk back, and then it's on a longer cooldown. Especially early on levels, you're punished very hard by missing. If you guys remember, first time the mid scope rework came out, it had actually had 14 seconds level 1, when the mid scope, where they made the last rework where they made his E super fast on the way back, it actually had 14 seconds level 1. It was like super punishable if you missed, right? But yeah, all these changes to basic abilities, it's just a lot of power like taken away from all these, like a lot of low elo skew, all this like casino gambling, right? Because it's like, I feel like a lot of times right now for Swain, especially in solo lane, like your stack amount just solely does not depend on you, bro. Your stack amount does not depend how good you are at landing your E, because your E is so inconsistent. And if enemy picks LeBlanc, if enemy picks all these champs, you can't land E, you don't get any stacks, you don't get any HP. I think just tying HP to a better growth and not these casino stacks, bro, where you're dependent on enemy skill and enemy matchup, I think it would be way healthier for the champion in general. And it's like this, like, imagine you play against LeBlanc, bro. Every time I play against LeBlanc, I can't land E, bro. I can't, bro. Because as she dashes at me, I throw it, and then while it's still in the air, it went right through her, by the way. She presses Q, E, and then when it's almost hitting her on the way back, she's like, oh, wait, let me snap back. She snaps back, and it doesn't land, right? Like, you would actually have threat if people jumped in your face. Even though your Q doesn't pierce in team fights, and that might suck a lot, you still have a strong Q level 1v1, and the ratio is 100%. And you're also more enticed to build AP because there's 10 extra ratio here, 20 ratio here. Later on, we're gonna give more ratio to the ult as well in this version as well. So you're actually gonna be very dangerous if people are straight in your face. Let me read some comments here while I'm in between. Making W deal more damage is not helpful at all. It just inflates the win rate in good matchups. Cause when you can land E, you can land W too. Yeah, but you can land E way more with this version, I think. I think it's way more reliable E. I don't think W is necessarily a win more. You also have to remember, while you might say W deals more damage, and it does, it's also a lot like extra damage in the levels. And once you start getting more AP, I don't necessarily think this is like, it's gonna make the easier matchups easier at all. It feels inconsistent when the champ that wants to be in mid range can't hit one of the vital abilities in mid range. True. Enjoy vacation, Hassan. Thank you, HLK, bro. Thank you. If we're removing passive HP, should we return HP gain on R used to back in season 11? I think that's an angle someone could go with. I haven't went with it because I thought the changes was net positive enough with the other changes I have proposed. I think if I gave HP on the ulti, it would be too broken. I've really tried not just doing a broken rework, okay? Like, I really want to try and have this one a realistic one that actually does not just make him Ultra Thanos, bro. Because he has to have weaknesses as well, and I do think he has. He is definitely way weaker early on. He needs, like, to scale a bit more, but he is also way better scaling. While, of course, not being useless earlier. He's still going to be fine, I think. I think if they want to keep the stacking, it should be through minions. Yeah, a lot of infinite stacking champions can just get stacks by just existing, right? Like Nasus, Veigar, they just farm creeps like they would do anyway. They get a lot of stacks, right? I just think that the stacking mechanic is just so toxic in that sense that it's like one of the only infinite stacking champ. Maybe like Kindred you could say as well, but I mean Kindred could also farm camps to get it. But it's like one of the only infinite stacking mechanics where you have to interact with the enemy, and that just makes it so if the enemy is really good and they don't interact with you, you just feel so useless and you feel like you're getting no value from the thing. Do you know what I mean? I don't like the idea of E exploding on the way out. It changed the identity of the ability completely. If it explodes on the way out, what's the point of it coming back to you? I mean, you can throw it out where it still misses and you can hit it on the way back. I think it's just you could change E as well. I was thinking about E could also be changed to like kind of like how an EVQ works or something, but I didn't want to change the ability too much. I think just making it explode if it hits someone on the way out would be a good and easy way to kind of make it more reliable, of course, you know what I mean? And but also, by the way, guys, you guys can disagree as well with the list. That's completely fine. I'm not saying this is the perfect fix, but I think it could be fun, a little discussion about it. How long's my vacation? It's gonna be 10 days from Sunday, so I'll be gone. This is my last stream on it because I gotta edit a lot. I think a small way of buffing E would make E1 slow and landing E easier. I thought about that too, but I think it's just, again, introducing some gimmicky slows and shit, and it still might not hit. Like, again, it's not gonna make it more consistent if LeBlanc jumps into your face, if like Aurelia jumps into your face as in front of you, if they just get slowed like a little amount. I think it's just adding more kind of bullshit to the champ. I think it would be better if it just functioned like every other ability, where if it goes through an enemy, it hits. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you throw your ability directly at them and the projectile is directly on them, it lands. Just like any other champion in the game, bro. I don't think it's too much of a reach. I think it's E is so different from other things that it could just be simplified way more. Like, I don't think it makes sense that you can throw your E at someone and it goes through them and then gets caught on a raptor camp in the background and then you didn't land your ability. Sucks for you, bro. Now you didn't get any passive stacks, can't land W. Like, it's my biggest frustration point with Swain. It's just the way E just goes through shit and gets caught on random minions, or like I've even tried throwing E at someone and then the grub they spawned from hitting my tower, like the ones you like once you get all 3 grubs right, you spawn a grub when you hit the tower. That grub jumped out and grabbed my E mid-air, so I couldn't hook Katarina, and she just pentakilled my team. It's like, I don't think that should exist, bro. Like, if I throw E and it lands directly through Katarina but gets caught on the grub she spawned in the background, like, that's just so, that's just bad, I think. Does this not push him even more to an entirely ult-reliant champ? I don't think so, no. I mean, his Q is better 1v1. W has more damage. E is more reliable. He has nerfs because he has less HP. nerfs to 2v2s, nerfs to stack early. I don't think this makes him more ultra than he is right now. Swain is just in a bad spot right now. He had decent win rate, especially in low elos. Why not take a break from League and hop on Deadlock? Bro, I'm not going on Deadlock, bro. But one of the reasons why he has higher win rate in low elo is he has always had a higher win rate in low elo. It's just stacks are very skewed to low elo. Ult is very skewed to low elo as well, I think. I don't know. I think multi-Q is also skewed to low elo. I think E being so much easier to land the low elo is also just a big skew. I think it should just be the same kind of throughout all ranks. What if we instead just make E mark but not damage everyone it passes through and make recast damage and pull everyone marked on top of those hit by the explosion? And pull everyone marked on the top of the... I mean, that could also be a change. It could also be a change. Swain Soup doesn't build AP mostly. He wants to build tank. That might be true. That right now, the best build on Soup is tank. But I think the issue as well is I don't think low elo players build tank on Swain Soup. They just go damage. I think a lot of the fantasy on Swain Soup is to be like a second kind of carry through support, as a mage support. I think giving him actually like AP ratios and shit would... I think support players would like that as well. Like, when you go to like the most popular builds, it's always sacks, malignance, like damage items, bro. Like you might say like, well, Swain Soup might get killed by this, but like, bro, the reality is Swain Soup players, they build damage, bro. They just go full damage. And then maybe build like later on Spirit Wizard and shit. But I don't think this would necessarily hurt Swain Soup having a better E, more movement speed, and actually getting better ratios on the W, better ratios on the Q, better ratios on the ult later on. But guys, we haven't talked through the fully list. And we need to discuss that. We can go through like some questions and things and stuff. And again, I'm not saying this is the perfect fix. It's just an idea, just for fun. So for the ultimate, I made the cooldown scale with level just by minus 10 seconds per level. So my issue with the ult right now is that level 6 ultimate is fucking broken. Like, once you get level 6 in mid lane and run to bot lane, you are literally Ultra Thanos, bro. Because no one has the damage yet to deal with you at all. So my change is aimed to make level 6 ult a little weaker, and then make level 11 and level 16 ult stronger. Because right now it feels really like you put points in ults at level 11 and at level 16, and it barely does anything. You get like 10 more healing, 10 more damage per sec, 100 extra damage on the Demon Flare. That, like, there's nothing compared to an ultimate ability. Especially one that can get kited really easily, and then it goes back on 120 seconds, right? So I would cut off a few seconds per rank. And then for the dot damage, I've increased it level 2 and 3 by 5 and 10. And then I've also increased the ratio to 6% level 1, 8% level 2, 10% level 3. I think the ratio could benefit from scaling with levels. So at level 16, you would actually get way more ratios. So like when you go from level 15 to 16, you can genuinely feel your ult does way more damage. Because it gets ratios through levels, right? Same thing I did with the heal. Right now it's 15, 30, 45, 5% ratio, which I think is just way too low. And then it goes with bonus HP. I've changed it to 20, 40, 60, which is 5, 10, and 15 extra base. And then I made the AP ratio instead of 5%, 6, 8, and 10. I think it's fine if it's just the same as this. And again, it would feel so much better having 60 flat and then 10% ratio, AP ratio. Because let's say you have 500 AP. 500 AP level 16, bro. You would generally get, so you will get 50 from the ratio plus 60. That's 110. That's already more than you usually get, unless you have like 1 billion HP, because you got a lucky game where you got good matchup, you could stack, get a lot of good fights. Then you can maybe get more, right? I did take away the bonus HP ratio because I think it doesn't really make sense to have when we remove the HP permanent stacks. So I think it's better if we just, this one is gone. Because it makes sense just to take a, like, because I think there's enough power getting influxed in the ult, so I think it's fair. Then I also made the Demon Flare scale. The Demon Flare cooldown, some people, I remember the first iteration of this rework, the latest rework. The multiple Demon Flares, they scaled with haste. And it was low-key hella fun, man. I remember playing the PvE server for like the few days where it was actually scaling with the haste. And you could buy Malignance. And Malignance would be like a must item pretty much, because it would make the ult Demon Flare cooldown super low. You could get it down to like easily like 5 seconds, right? I think it was 10 seconds Demon Flares, and then it scaled with haste, right? So if you stack a lot of haste, you can get it to like 10 seconds. Just firing it off the Demon Flares perma. I didn't go with it scaling with haste, but I made it reduce the second every point as well. So instead of just 8 seconds, it would be 8 seconds level 6, 7 level 11, and 6 at level 16. I think this also ties into like the fan. Like, I feel like when you put points in ult, it should get stronger in multiple ways. Like it gets lower cooldown, gets more ratio, more base, gets lower Demon Flare cooldown as well. So like, because, you know, I could also be like, you know what, let's just remove the Demon Flares, no more infinite, and you know, that could maybe also be a way. But I think, you know, a lot of people maybe enjoy it. I could also have I was thinking, what if we just cap the ult or make it toggle or whatever? But again, you know, I don't want to just, I want to try and make like a rework that maybe is a little more holistic, looking at like a player base wise, where it's not just like my ultra personal only opinion. And I think a lot of people in the Swain community really likes the infinite ult, and that's fair. I think it would be just tie a little more into the fantasy if it had these better ratios. But also like the infinite Demon Flares, if they actually came down with levels, or with seconds, scaling with levels, right? It would be kinda cool when you get like level 16 and your ult actually deals a lot of damage, a lot more healing, and like you could fire off the Demon Flares every 6 seconds. Like that would feel like a real level 16 ultimate. Do you know what I mean? With this as well, I took away 50 base damage, which is quite a lot. And this is definitely, ult is nerfed at level 6 solely by this minus 50 base damage. But then I gave it way more ratio, 20 more extra ratio, which is a breakpoint at around, I think it's 150 AP. After 150 AP, you get a buff on the ult damage. And also with like, once you get more levels right, you get way more ult damage also. Does that make sense? I do think that to make this kind of fair, the slow on ult would be removed. You can kind of see a trend as well that I just think Swain has a lot of utility in his kit that maybe he doesn't need 100%. Especially if you give Swain a more reliable E. Do you actually need the slow on ult then? Or is this just like too much, giving him too little counterplay? Like if his E was too easy to land and he also had a slow on ult and it has a slow on W, like he still has the slow on W in this version I made, I think it would be too much. So I think it would be better just removing the slow. Also to make it so you could potentially kite his ult, but also maybe that you could still see like, well, for support Swain, it's actually really nice still to go Rylai, and be like that slow fantasy. Meanwhile, getting like straight AP or something on other roles might be better still. Stuff like that. I also did a change that actually was back in the days when Swain was released first time with his rework. If you also guys remember old Swain, he sends out 3 crows every time he's like fighting the enemy, right? And in the initial release of Swain, he actually had way better ratios, first of all, also higher than this, but this was also because it was capped at 12 seconds, right? But he would only drain the 3 nearest enemies to him. And this made it so he could actually have a higher ratios, right? Because he could max hit 3 people. So I thought it would be a really good addition as well to make him only be able to drain 3 nearest enemy, meaning that in most cases you are not draining 5 people anyway. You're not draining 5 people anyway. So by giving him a lower amount he can actually drain, you can give buffs else places, and it gives him a better 1v1. And this is how we can like kind of afford some of these other changes. Do you know what I mean? Because the 1v1 is way better on the ult, especially once you get levels, because you're gonna have more demon flares. The damage scale is way better with AP. You have way better heal and dot damage with AP. While you don't have the slow, you have a way more consistent E. So I feel like it just kind of makes the champ, you know, you if you dodge the E, you can still easily leave his ultimate without the slow, for example. Stuff like that, right? And my whole goals with these changes was to try and take away some bot lane and low elo skew. Because I think the champ is very held back by you can't really buff his ult ratios, because if you buff his ult ratios, a player in silver who can have the ult up for 2 minutes because people don't kite him, he's gonna be ultra Thanos with Infinity Gauntlet, bro. So especially by also removing the stacks, which are also tied to lower elos to bot lane. Percent heal also tied very much to bot lane, because just getting the 6 flat is really broken in bot lane compared to one that scales with levels when you get less levels in bot lane, right? Mana increased everywhere as well. Mana usage is a actual pretty like hard skill to use. So I think this also hits lower elos, and it makes the champs a more balanced throughout. Just like an overall more balanced champ, where he's not just ultra storm by in lower elos, right? Also giving him level scalings makes it so when you pick mid and top lane, and I don't think any roles will die with this. I don't think Sup will die. I don't think APC will die. I think those will still. I think as long as Swain has a hook, he will always be played in Sup, no matter what changes happen. Because some of my people might say, well, Swain Sup's gonna die here, bro, because she gives so much level, with level scaling to him. But bro, Swain Sup will sometimes 45% win rate, and people will still pick him as most pick role. It does not matter. I think Swain Sup will honestly still appreciate this a lot, because extra movement speed, a more reliable E. I mean, ult is way cooler later, bro. This ult is gonna be way like more scaling satisfying. I also wanted to make Roa a more attractive item, and I mean, this gets more. I would build Roa if this was current Swain, because you're gonna need more mana. Your Q is 20 more mana at max range, max rank, which is a lot. You're gonna run out of mana if you don't have like an actual mana item. Roa is like a really good one, and the level on Roa will be really good, because bro, putting points in E and W is gonna be huge, bro. You get so much more reduced cooldown, and W gets like ultra strong. Like imagine like mid game level 13, you max W second, bro. If you can send out nuclear bombs like this, and you still have a lot of range. I didn't want to take away a lot of range. I just want to take away an amount where you still can reach most map. Because I think W is a big satisfying ability for many. I love it too, bro. Being able to stop recalls in top lane and shit, it's really fun. But I just wish it would just do more damage, and like putting points in it would matter more, right? I wanted to make E less frustrating as well. And I think again my biggest frustration with E is when it goes through people and it then still misses on the way back, or gets caught on the creeps, or they dash on the way ahead, behind you or ahead of you or whatever, right? I think ult, again, one of my goals was also to make the ult way of more of the power fantasy I feel like it deserves. And this is because right now it's just really broken level 6, and then mediocre level 11 and 16 doesn't really matter putting points in it. But this would, with these changes, it would be weaker level 6, but way better level 11 and way better level 16, bro. I think honestly having the 6-second demon flares with 60% ratio And also just like the scaling ratios, AP on the heal and dot would be way better. Also cooldown reduction, bro. I think 120 seconds just way too long. I want to give Swain better tools for solo laning as well. And this is, I think Swain just lacks because he's so immobile. 5 extra movement speed is really good. Not being reliant on hitting E's and W's, also because if you miss E's and W's, you're way more punished with mana costs, right? But I think not having to rely on getting stacks to be able to get HP or have a consistent like battle mage HP pool is also just really, really good for solo lane. Also reliable E, really nice 1v1. Better 1v1 on the Q. I really wanted to make W and E better with levels as well, because I feel like you reach level 9 and then you get your Q maxed out and then nothing else happens, bro. Because it's like all the points in W and E, I mean, sure, they reduce like 1 second on W and half a second on E, but it's like nothing crazy. Like, when I have maxed out W or E, I feel like it would be better, like, having an E that's weaker earlier on, but it's like way more consistent to hit. But then when you have maxed the E and it's down to 10 seconds and it's way more consistent, bro, this ability is gonna go crazy, bro. And also, I didn't want to kill support in my changes, and I don't think support Swain will die because of these changes, because you give Swain more ratios, because you give him more mana cost, because you give him more level scaling. I think he still benefits a lot from getting a consistent E, and most Swain sub players build AP anyway, bro. All Swain, like, look at this. Even though I know people say, yo, but you know, he has no bonus HP on the ult anymore, or he doesn't get his stack, bro. But every Swain sub majority builds sack for damage. They want to build damage, bro. Malignance, Liandry, Rylai, like Sunya. It's all AP items, bro. I think Swain sub would, even though they are lower levels and wouldn't initially as fast spike on these level spikes on level 11, maxing out these abilities, I think they would still like it a lot because the E would just be way stronger in lane, and you could like play it into more champs, and he would just be more of a mage scaling soup than current version where he's like, do you know what I mean? This is true. I never stopped playing Swain support even after last rework. I would still play, yeah. I don't think Swain Soup would die of this at all, because even though I don't play Swain Soup and I much more prefer playing mid and top, I do also recognize that majority of player base isn't Swain support, and I obviously don't want to kill Swain player base, and I think both could coexist. And honestly, I don't think Swain supports care that much about win rate the same way. Like, does that make, like, I don't know. I feel like as long as Swain has a hook, as long as he has his demon form, and I mean this demon form would stronger after level 11. I mean, you could still do the same shenanigans, but you would just like your QW, like ult would just do way more damage, and you have more movement speed. I don't think it's necessarily death to Swain Soup here, but I do think that he would feel way better in mid and top. In the MSI finals, his pick rate spiked massively in top mid. People want to play him in solo lane, but the margins are razor thin. Yeah, I think a lot of people tried him after the MSI finals, but again, if you play him in solo lane, bro, you're gonna get a lot of frustrations, bro. You're gonna you're gonna try a lot of times where you get a bad matchup, you won't get any stacks. You're gonna feel you don't scale after level 9, bro. Your levels don't matter. W, E, ult levels don't matter at all. You just need to get 1 point in each, and then Q is all that matters, right? I think frustration about the E, you're just not landing, or it's super hard to hit, and like your entire kit is tied to E, because if you can't land E, you can't get stacks, then you don't get HP, then you can't land W. Like with this version, first of all, it would be way easier. And if you miss E, it's literally just on you, bro. It's on you, man. It's just your fault, bro. You just missed it. You can genuinely throw an E today where it's not your fault you missed it. It's genuinely just the game, bro. It's just how it's coded. Like there will be times where you will throw E and you can't land it no matter what, because Aurelia can just dash behind you. So even if you throw it directly through her, it will not land, bro. Or it's gonna get caught by a minion or something, right? What do you think about making E pull them slightly closer, help support, and mid lane versus? Yeah, maybe. I mean, there could be other change. Like this is just like a base idea. There could be other changes. It could also be like not the complete right numbers. This might also be like too broken. I don't know, or the too weak. I don't know, bro. It's really hard to tell, right? But I think it's a pretty fair list. I think it's a fair list. I just think it's just like, you know, he just has a lot of bad feelings right now with like some games the stack feels bad and some games they feel amazing. So it's like I feel like the champ just has he feels super bipolar to play. Some games your E is really broken if they pick the right champs, and some games you can't land it at all. Um, it's also like weird you don't build Roa on Swain as well. Like there's just like a lot of like kind of design flaws. I feel like I see as well here from chat types. I consider it a design failure that Swain is rushing Frozen Heart into 80 matchups top. Symptomatic of too much base damage and not enough of everything else. Yeah, I think as well. Like while Frozen Heart is like goaded, it's a goaded start, but it's kind of because his champ is kind of flawed. He has just too much base damage, right? I also nerf base damage on Q, which is completely carrying him. And because you get a lot of HP on the passive, you can just build like Frozen Heart first, and you're like Giga Thanos, bro. I don't know. I think overall these changes would make him a way better mid laner, way better top laner. And I mean, I still think he would be strong in bot lane APC, even though you get a little less levels, but you would just scale way better with AP. I mean, you would go hit extremely hard later on in the game. And even support gets a better hook, more movement speed. I mean, most people play him in just to hook or ult, and yeah, I mean your ult is still gonna, but you can still apply spell effects. Nothing like you can still go Rylai. It's not necessarily nuking any of that. I think the best ease are when you hit Elise spiders on a fairy dogs. Oh my, Elise spiders. Genuinely, Elise spiders. They are spiders. They are always moving like crazy whenever you throw Swainy. They will block every Swainy, bro. I actually started playing him in Soup more because I would get frustrated with the matchups on top and mid. You're right, legit. Miss E and his GG, yeah. I also think, I mean, there's a lot of ratio buffs. There's base damages buffs. There's base stats buffs here. There's a lot of level buffs. But overall, I do think as well the list is pretty fair. There is also tons of nerfs, like removed slow on ult, max drain 3 people instead of 5 people. So you can get like you are stronger in a 3v3, but you can get those like 5v5 where you're draining 5 people. But I think it's better. It's easier to balance that way, because it's really hard to balance. Like, because if you make ult drain too hard on one person, if you're hitting 5 people, then you're like Giga Thanos, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to balance because you have to think about, okay, you can drain 1 person or I can drain 5 people. How can we balance this? Because like, let's say you're in silver and you're just standing aside 5 people. If it's like too strong on draining 1 person, it's gonna be ultra OP if you hit all the 5 in silver. But at the same time, if it's like balanced around hitting 5 people, if you're 1v1, it doesn't do anything, right? Quick question: what's the reasoning behind keeping the infinite ult? So I was thinking about also in my rework idea. You know, what if we just remove the infinite ult and just cap it? And you know, that could also be an option. But I do know a lot of people really like the infinite ult, and you know, I also want to make a version that won't like alienate kind of the fantasy. Does that make sense? Like, because you know, I could also make a rework that kills Swain support completely. But that's, you know, I also do like acknowledge that a lot of people like to play him in support. So I just think that it's a way, it's a rework idea that doesn't necessarily like completely alienate parts that some people really like. Because I know a lot of people really like the infinite ult, and that's fair enough. But I think a change like this could make it more satisfying for everyone, honestly. And also, I wanted to try and make a rework where it doesn't necessarily have to do lots of changes compared to number changes. Does that make sense? Like, I think stuff like removing the slow on ult or making the Q not pierce champions are just like kind of, you just change the words in the notepad or whatever, right? Instead of like completely changing how the ult and infinite demon flares work, etc. Right? But yeah, guys, this was just my little for fun Swain rework. This is, by the way, this is not anything official at all. It's just completely fan rework. And I do think honestly he could be way better with this and way more satisfying. He would be way better with levels. He would feel like an actual raid boss later on because you would have way better ratios. Your demon, bro, I honestly think, because, you know, I think the idea of infinite demon flares are cool, but it's just kind of executed badly because in most fights, bro, 8-second cooldown, bro, most fights you get off like, I don't know, like one demon flare at the beginning and then maybe another one and then kind of no more. But imagine you had this where it actually went down to 6 seconds at level 16, right? Like, you could potentially get out like 4 demon flares, bro, and they would be way stronger, right? It's like, I feel like his ult fantasy would be way better. His E would be way more reliant. His W would still keep a somewhat long range without being too broken, but also getting like that nuclear bomb feeling, while, you know, having more cooldown. E also having more cooldown early, more punishable, but also kind of easier to land, right? So if you actually miss it, and if you miss this one, it's on you, bro. You can't, like, even Husum can't even blame Swainy anymore if this was true, bro. But you would be way more punished. Mana costs are higher. Roa, like, bro, it's so weird you don't build Roa on Swain, bro. Also, his Q would be like way better 1v1. Scaling better as well. Removing Casino from his kit, bro. I think passive is just the biggest Casino thing ever, bro. It's just so reliant on the enemy skill and enemy champ, what they picked, right? If you didn't have this passive, you wouldn't be so forced and pressured to walk up an E all the time like you do on current Swain, bro. You just have to, like, you have to walk up an EW all the time in solo lane, because if you don't, you have suboptimal HP per growth, man. If you just had a better HP growth and not the stacks, you could just you could just scale way better with your kit, and you didn't have to land or walk up an E all the time to try and get some stacks, and then get punished when you miss, because it's very easy to miss. Just joined Holy W Notes. You guys, I'll upload like a little talk about this, but don't worry about it. Then I missed the classic Swain ult. Yeah, I do think this one goes a little, it's still close. This is gonna be closer to classic because one can drain 3 people as well. But I mean, with the tools we have, again, I didn't want to change too much. You could also I could also be like, you know what, we'll just give him the old ultimate. But again, you know, a lot of people do like the infinite ult. I get that. I think this would be like a good way of making the infinite ult actually more enjoyable if it actually like scaled better. I think you could actually be a demon powerhouse later on. Guys, I'm gonna read some of your comments now. Would the only way to make Roa an attractive item is to basically make his ult cost mana per second, so Catalyst passive synergizes? Yeah, that would also be a way to make Roa more attractive. I was also thinking about that, but then again, it kind of yeah, it completely changes his ultimate, right? And you know what? When we talked with Rioters, we had a Rioter in the Swain Mains Discord, and I think one of the vibes I kind of got from him was, you know, it would be easier to get changes if, like, we got something improved upon what is already existing. Does that make sense? Like, for example, from their point of view as well, it would be so much easier if they could just make the infinite ult enjoyable, which I think this would make it way more enjoyable. Compared to if you completely change the ability to something else, because every time you completely change something, it's kind of a gamble. It's kind of a risk. I can see kind of that perspective as well. Don't get me wrong, guys. I also, right now, I'm not a fan of Infinite Ult at all. I would prefer other versions. But I think um, if I'm not allowed to change anything majorly and still keep Infinite Ult, because maybe for Riot it would be too much of a risk changing Infinite Ult, because maybe a lot of people actually do really enjoy it. And I do think there's a lot of people who enjoys it. I think just doing some number changes could make it way better and way more enjoyable. Still, we are doing parenthesis small gameplay change for Swain for like 6 years now. We are trying to improve a fundamentally bad champion design. I do think you're kind of right in that, but I do think the bad champ design stems from passive stacks, which I wasn't scared to remove, and E ability. I think with this consistent E and passive stacks gone, I think he wouldn't be that much of a bad design any longer. Um, do you guys know what I mean? I also think Swain's level 6 is just really broken, like right now. Um, and I mean, this is a weaker ult at level 6 for sure, because it has 0 slow, it has less demon flare damage, and I think as well the heal is lower because you don't get any bonus HP scaling anymore, right? On my version here. Um, I think this would just be like a way more enjoyable, consistent Swain. But guys, thank you for listening to my little take. Again, this is just nothing official. It's just a for fun fan rework I did earlier today, just for fun because I was curious. I've seen other people do those, and I kind of wanted to share my thoughts on what I would change from my kind of Swain experience, right? Let's cue some games, okay? I've been keeping you guys waiting long enough, bro. Keep you guys waiting long enough, but I think it's sometimes okay to just have a little discussion about our favorite champ state, bro, because he is kind of plagued with a lot of frustration at the moment, I think. And I mean, I don't even think Riot have to change that much to kind of make him in a way better spot. Like, bro, I made this list in less than 2 hours, bro. I made this list in less than 2 hours, and I think if this shipped and maybe got like a little touch up to make, because I don't know if it's gonna ship too strong or too weak. I don't know. I mean, I nerfed a lot, but I also buffed a lot. I made this shit in 2 hours, bro. I feel like this, if this shipped and could like get some maybe changes on it, or like make sure it's like probable win rate or whatever, probable strength. I don't know. I would enjoy Swain playing more, just with these like kind of changes already. And I mean, it didn't take that long to make. I can't lie to you, bro. Um, there isn't any like huge fundamental change here. It's a lot of numbers. It's a lot of like, okay, removing some things, but also like, but I feel like those are things you just like change in a notepad, bro. It can't be that like let's say Riot would publish this. It couldn't. It can't take that long, bro, to change these numbers around like this, bro. Love the e-change. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I think it will be good for him. And also, again, I'm not 100% set on like the numbers. Like, is this too much? 4 seconds level one when you max it second? I don't know. I just think it would be like, I think it would be kind of, I think it's a realistic rework, chat. Because I've seen a lot of rework ideas on Swain, and it's like genuinely, I was thinking, like a lot of the most reworks I see on Swain, I look at it and I say, bro, if this was Swain, I would be rank one on US, bro. Genuinely. Do you know what I mean? The ideas were nice, but I think what the game overall has evolved to a point where that is unfriendly to Swain's core design. Teamfights don't last more than a few seconds, and everyone is going around trying to one-shot each other. Champ designed for a version of a game that no longer exists. Maybe true, bro. But I mean, just think about it, bro. Like once you go later on in the game, Q, W, E are all way stronger. You have better heals. You have more movement speed to deal with things. I think, even though you might be right that current League version is not built for an immobile battle mage, I think he would stand a greater chance and a more satisfying chance with changes like this, right? Anyways, guys, everyone is free to make their own rework ideas or anything. I just think it's sometimes kind of cool to discuss about, because as a Swain player, as a Swain OTP, who sit consistently challenger playing only Swain, I do have a lot of insights about what's kind of strong or what's not satisfying or what kind of doesn't work, or like how to give him like numbers that are not overly broken, because I've seen so many Swain reworks where they just make everything better, like way better, and it's like he would be 65% win rate, bro, with this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Is this in my Discord? It's not. I made it straight before stream. It's completely fresh off the notepad, bro. I'll post it in my community posts. You know what? I'll post a video. I'll cut down the little speech or like the rework talk we had and post it. Then people can comment on it on a YouTube video, or maybe it can like get shared on Swain mains. We'll see, bro. Wants to play bot lane. Whatever, bro. I'm fine with that. Me for long. I'll ban Silas and first pick, then I should be good. What's up, May? Welcome. Why did you remove the Q Pierce? It's to make him, to give room for buffs, so he can have better 1v1s. Because I think if Q can pierce and it has a 100% AP ratio, and he also has all these other changes and a stronger E and stronger W, I think it's too broken. So I think to make him balanced, Q pierce could be removed, like it was back in the days. And this would, I mean, you wouldn't feel it at all in the 1v1 and mid and top at all. And in most cases, you don't feel the Q pierce. Like, it's mostly in team fights and in bot lane. The Q pierce goes hard, right? You would definitely feel this a lot in team fights for sure. 100%, bro. But it's also like, you have to understand, chat, if you want to make like a buff, man, if you want to make a buff, you have to like nerf something else, because I can't just make his ult way stronger or make his E much easier to explode an enemy if I don't take away power elsewhere, right? Tier list for Swain skins coming soon. I've already done one like I think one of my last guides. No, not really, bro. He doesn't have that many skins. I feel like the draining only 3 people will be annoying when someone is low HP and doesn't focus them. Yeah. While that might be true, I think it's kind of niche situations, then I mean. It's very rarely you're draining 4 people. 4 champs. I think it would be worth. Also, I do think that I do think that Q Pierce champ removed, no slow on the R2, longer cooldown on the E early, gives him like healthy counterplay, chat. Because the champ shouldn't just be ultra OP. He also needs to have counterplay. But I feel like right now his counterplay is, oh, the E gets caught on the creep. Or like a lot of the counterplay just feels really bad. I feel like for Swain. Oh, it's really hard to land E, so you can't keep them in your ult. Meanwhile, if Q doesn't pierce, you can technically body block the Q like you can with Graves, right? So you can like kind of counter his Q by as a tank walking in front of him. If he doesn't land his E, you can't just like he can't slow you with the R2 and just run you over, right? I think it adds like healthy counterplay to the champ, which I think is good.
The more they try to kill me, the more they reveal I am on the right path.
Anyways, guys, let's focus up a bit on the game. It was pretty interesting having a little talk with you guys about it. And I get it's completely fine to disagree or think it's very bad changes, or you would put Swain if this was changes. Don't worry, Husum isn't a game designer, so he doesn't. He's not in charge of changing Swain. Only Riot is. Riot save the champ, please. But you get what I mean, right? It's not up to me, but this is just my idea, bro. As a challenger 1-3. But I hate when I can't click the minions like this. We're even trying to land some E extends, man. Oh, no. Can't really land it, man.
A conquered nation is a loyal one. Do not try my patience.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Because like right now I'm greatly outranged and I'm greatly outscaled. So it just feels bad, you know what I mean? I need to land my E to get stacks, to get any meaningful HP, right? As a battle mage. And it's just RNG, because he's Xerath, he has longer range than me, I can't get any stacks. So it just sucks, do you know what I mean?
An enemy has been slain.
Alright, look, I can't even get in range of him, right? And the issue is I'm getting outscaled, I can't get in range of him, I can't get any stacks. That's why the HP growth compared to passive stacks is just way better, I think.
An ally
Yeah, I
has
can't
been
play.
slain.
Got the XP on the cannon now. That's decent.
Another disappointment.
Nice. If you post on the Swain mains, like the rework, think it would improve without feeling him busted used to be OTP Swain. But getting tired with it recently. Fair, bro, fair. I'll post a video about it. The spirit of the changes are on the right track, maintaining what we have, getting rid of the fluff, and bringing in the numbers that allows them to exist past 20 minutes in the game. Yeah, I honestly think the list is pretty fair. Like, you know what? It's like, of course, there's like, you know, some things that is gonna like kind of feel worse, like having higher cooldowns on E and W early on, or like the higher mana costs early. But it's like, you know, I think those are like kind of fair frustrations. I don't think it's fair when you miss E like this, or your champ just does not get any value from level 11, level 16. I don't think that's fair frustrations in the same way. I don't know. I also think it's pretty fair, man. Like, I can't even land with this guy, bro, unless I W like that. I'm so thankful that Cillian didn't just... Yeah. I'm thankful Cillian didn't double bump me after I flash, but we'll see. Zapilal, welcome, bro.
Am I reborn?
An ally has been slain.
Like, it would be lovely to be able to build Ro a first item, bro. Because it's just like, he just needs HP early on an item, but he just can't really do it because it's just so bad for him. He doesn't have like the mana cost to make sense of having the Eternity passive 800 mana, right?
Enemy killing spree.
So it's just, you know, I just think champ could be kind of fixed. Definitely.
We are at war.
Surprised she didn't go ghost. I wasn't paying attention in champs. I was yapping about rework. Sucks.
Would they even struggle to survive if they knew what was to come?
An enemy has been slain.
But can I ever walk up? Because my Elise is genuinely not laning, bro. Like, I can't walk up. How can I walk up, bro?
It is not the visuals that haunt me, but what I do not see.
Okay, I can't walk up, bro. I'm outranged. I'm outscaled. Elise is roaming from level 2. Every time I take a one step up in lane, first of all, I'm tanking every Xerath Q because he's just shooting me from fucking Narnia, man. And every time Sin just runs at me and slows me. Like, guys, like, bro, I swear some of the changes in my rework idea would fix some of these things, bro. Because I'm so pressured to again walk up and get stacks. I'm not scaling at all. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. And I regret giving mid lane now, man. I regret swapping to bot lane. This shit was not worth, man.
Decisions have consequences. This I know well.
Do you have any connections to writers where you could ask for something is planned for Swain? I already have it. But he couldn't tell me anything. That would be leaking, right?
I've heard what they call me. The waste of their final words. After the battle,
An ally
Like, for example, that E, bro. No one can think that is fun frustration about Swain. When that in an E like that, just fucking like what, bro?
Tell me again all the crimes I've committed, and I'll tell you the price of victory.
Enemy killing spree.
I suppose it's easier than conquering a demon.
Close.
They expect me to play fairly. We aren't even playing the same game.
Oh.
Enemy rampage.
One can read the future in battle lines. Assuming one can read.
Shut down. An enemy is unstoppable.
Sacrifices must be made.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought I was gonna run up for maybe a play or anything, but it kind of was no play.
An ally has been slain.
A voice whispers in the shadows. Though few can hear.
Like no E, but Cillian to the rescue, bro. Cillian to the rescue!
The shadows of our empire are cast by the raven's wings.
An enemy is dominating.
Anoxian knows who he is, and what he must do. All roads lead to Noxus.
No, my bad. He got Q again. Shit. Okay, well played though. Still, that was really good. Nice, 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 nice. You know what? I kind of just want to just play Blackfire, bro. That's fine, bro. That is fine.
In the immortal battle.
An ally has been slain.
I was born a betrayer. I became the soul.
An enemy has been slain.
It's like a real infinite scaler versus fake infinite scaler. Champ be like.
A calculated risk
An
is
ally
known
has
as
been
battle.
slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
I'm such a chud, bro. I'm such a chud. Oh my god.
More than what we do not understand. We fear being
Your turret has been destroyed.
The battle is yet to be be decided.
An ally has been slain.
And to think they call me.
Oh my god.
If I allow food,
Nice.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Okay.
An ally has been slain.
a riddle wrapped in a mystery, hidden within us all.
Turret has been destroyed.
He's just gonna 1v3, isn't he, bro?
An enemy has been slain.
This guy's gonna 1v3.
Ally has been slain.
The fuck?
Is one way to surrender.
An ally has been slain.
What the hell? What the dog doing, bro?
Realize how much remains hidden.
I'm glad I went Swifty's chat. It's like a perfect Swifty Cillian Nasus, bro. That is a picture perfect Swifty game.
Logic of this world. There is always a choice. The truth is no exception.
An ally has been slain.
Gathering intelligence.
Your turret has been destroyed. Enemy killing spree.
Destiny marches.
An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Or they reveal I am on the right path.
I think I'm too outranged, bro. I can't defend. There's no ult though. He's kind of cooked.
Enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
Probably can't heal, man. This Nasus Jarvan
Enemy killing spree.
might be a problem, bro.
A new vantage is all the advantage I need.
Hmm.
You lack discipline.
Killing spree.
طب Alibaba welcome, bro. Drake soon. can make Cillian burn ult on himself, it would be really good. My issue is I can't really ult, because it's like Jarvan jumps away. So I'm just standing there, bro. Standing there looking goofy. Oh my god.
Rampage. Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
Yeah, I don't know. This whole game is kind of sucked, bro. I had no impact. I was outranged. I'm outscaled. I shouldn't have given mid lane. I should have just played against Nasus. I swear I beaten him up, bro.
An enemy has been slain.
Like Swain cooks Nasus mid. Like I don't. Sucks. I guess. Well, we won't do that again. Oh my god. Did you believe that? Low key. Almost had it.
I could kill them all, but it will be far crueler to show them that I am right.
Silent plans for equation. I'm going to Greece. W Greece, bro. But yeah, guys, I'll be gone for 10 days next Sunday. But this is also last stream before I go, because I have to edit tomorrow, Friday, a lot. And then Saturday I'm going to a wedding. And then Sunday morning I'm traveling, so won't be able to stream more, sadly. But yeah, guys, I'll try and upload. I'll try and get some videos done for when I'm away. So there's still are some uploads coming up.
I suppose I should be grateful they have decency to fear me.
I don't like this, bro. Yes, Force of Nature and Mercs, bro. We are getting cooked by this guy, by the way. I like it, bro.
This is the least of my crimes.
Yeah, we can't do shit to this guy, bro.
Double kill. A summoner has disconnected. Enemy triple kill.
GG.
Enemy has been slain.
It's a bit depressing, bro. We'll try again, man. Let's try and get mid lane. Bro, bot lane is so depressing to play when Soup roams and I'm just 1v2 Swain against Xerath Cillian. Outranged, outscaled, outmobility. Like, I can't play, bro. It's unlucky, man. My champ just falls off a cliff. Especially when I don't get any help early on. I can't snowball. I'm only getting put more behind than I'm already going just by existing. So, Louis Grant, thank you, bro. Just want to say thank you for your videos and all the content. I'm a Swain Super OTP, and your videos and gameplay have helped me so much. Keep it up. Thank you, bro. Thank you. But like games like this is like also like a complete like why we need some kind of change, bro. It's like we need some kind of change, bro. Because if I had this change, I wouldn't be so reliant on having to land my E. I would just scale by just existing like every other champ. I had more move speed. I had health growth instead of the stacks, which I couldn't get anyway. Um, Stronger ult, stronger E. Like I honestly think this wouldn't even take that long for Riot to implement, bro. Like it took me less than 2 hours to make, and I think it's pretty realistic. That hits pretty like it hits a lot of the goals, honestly. Make him less skewed, E less frustrating, row an actual item for Swain, ult power fantasy, better tools for solo lane. Swain EW would be so much better with levels. And I honestly don't think any roles would die or anything. Dots after hitting masters with Swain after finding you. 60% win rate. So well played, bro. Honestly, well played. But yeah, guys, I did talk about this earlier already, so we won't talk about it again. I'll drop a video on it, and maybe some more people can see it and share some takes. That's fine. Bro made his own rework. Yeah, just a fan rework for fun. Can I link my OP.GG? No, we're not doing those. We are not doing those. I think OP.GG reviews are very useless. OP.GG reviews are either farm more, die less, or it's someone who's already doing really well with like super high win rate, and it's just like a glaze fest, bro. We ain't doing that, bro. Well played, King of America, bro. Well played. I think my issue with OPG reviews are it's just you can't really tell anything helpful from the games except for maybe builds and shit. But it's like I don't want to sit and review people with OPGs because then everyone is gonna send it in perma. Or it's just like gonna be. There's also a lot of people who want to do OPG reviews where it's literally just for me to glaze their ego, bro. Okay, that's just the truth. I'm not saying that's any of you guys out there, but it is like that on some streams, bro. Like, you know, I don't know. I don't like OPG reviews. Okay, but these Q times, man. What's going on? What is going on, bro? This game just felt so bad, bro. It felt so bad, bro. Oh my god. Hope we get a better game next one. I think
crying face emoji, romantic face emoji, starstruck emoji, sleepy face emoji.
so I was coughing. Yasi, bro. Return of Yasi there. What's going on, Yasi, bro? How are we? Holy shit, bro. Thank you so much, man. How we doing, bro? It's good to see you back. Return of the King, legit. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. That means a lot. Good old Husum is still on the Swain grind, bro. He hasn't given up yet. Husum will never give up on Swain, bro. Thank you so much, Yasi, bro. Me ban Syndra.
People fear what they cannot understand.
Shawarma or kebab, which is better? I'll say kebab, bro. Never really eat shawarma. Doing well, how are you? Miss you all. We miss you too, Yazi, bro. We miss you too. We're clinging on to Swain right now. Even though he has seen better days. But I'm pretty good. I'm going on vacation soon, though. I'm going on a vacation. Next Sunday, in a few days, I'll be going to Greece for 10 days. So there won't be any streams for a big period. But I'll grind when I come back, guys. Trust. I'll try and get some videos out, though, for sure.
Fear the power you do not see.
I'm put better top side Husum. I think Swain is stronger. I like playing top 2 though as well. But I think I'll play a little mid lane today. That's kind of what I feel like. I want to build some games with the new pen boots, bro. Take 2 more days, come to Dubai. Great sauna out here, honestly true. Imagine having sauna buff every day in Dubai, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Imagine it's just so hot in your country that it's sauna buff every day, bro. Oh, oh, we're done. Actually, we can swap. I can swap. After receiving reports and automated... Oh, I think they picked Nuno mid lane and he said something bad words in chat. Oh my god. I think it was Aatrox jungle and then Nuno picked it mid lane to troll his team. Uh-oh. Oops. That's a bit unfortunate. We might get a Swain ban now, though, I can't lie. We might get a Swain ban now. Okay. I mean, I won't first pick then. I won't pick. Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much again, Yasi, man. And welcome back, bro. Yeah, I think it's gonna be very good for me. A little vacation. Maybe when I come back, chat, Swain is fixed. I can't wait. When I come back, he's gonna be fixed. Holy. There's no greater cope than a Swain main, bro. Thinking his champ is getting a change soon. Chat, next patch. I know last patch I said next patch, but next patch is getting changed for sure, bro. I even went as hard as make my own rework because I was so bored. Like, come on. Like, what if I just live in a fantasy world where he got this rework I just made for myself? Like, do you know what I mean? I could just gaslight myself into thinking he's changed, bro. Locke Ramos. It's a pretty good Swain draft, I can't lie. Pretty good Swain draft right now. Locke is a little problematic though. Locke is slightly problematic. It's a good Swain draft though, I can't lie. It's pretty solid. I think I'll go unflinching. Ah, shit. I wish it was Cyan, man. I wish that would have been a Cyan top. But we got to go to see. Just want to say hi. It's been a long time. Yeah, man. It's good to see you, bro. Thank you so much again for the super chat and have a really, really good sleep. I'm also doing just a short stream today, chat. I just wanted to talk about my little idea here and I wanted to say goodbye before I go on vacation.
Spent your money.
Just got out of a really crappy Swain game against Silas mid. How do you play into that?
GG, P-Bass, bro. Sorry to hear, man. Silas is my most played mid lane matchup. You have to, Silas is all about, you have to play around his E chains, obviously. But it's also very important that you, at level 6, you don't fight him when he can steal your ult. His ult cooldown is twice as long as your ult cooldown. You can see it like down in the bar here, how long it is, right? So you can fight him and win every time you have ult and he can't steal your ult. Meanwhile, you can't ever beat him when he has your ult. You need to know like the timers, bro. The timers are really important to be able to beat him. I would really recommend, because it's kind of hard for me to list out the entire matchup right now. But check out my matchup guide in mid lane. It pretty much covers all the tricks. Would you say Locke needs another nerf? No, I think he's pretty fine spot now. I think he's in a fine spot.
What is one more demon when I already have so many? To redraw the map, the blood of soldiers must be the ink.
I think I win. I think he might have the flash, yeah. Yeah. So I got a really good setup into Locke. The secret is, chat. Let me show you a little secret trick into Locke. First of all, Helm is really broken into him because he does no damage if you have MR. 8 MR early is really good. But there's another secret, okay? Unflinching procs and slows. So every time he Qs you, you get 10 armor and MR. On top of this high on the run cell, it actually makes you really hard to kill. Um,
We are at war.
it makes you really, really hard to kill because you get 18 MR level 1, right, when he kills you. So you take no damage. And then if he dashes into you like this with the wave and you have every squash, I mean, you can just run him down, kind of. I honestly think this matchup is fine, bro. I would rather play this matchup than 10. There's 10 other matchups I would not want to play, right?
Ready to confess.
An ally has been slain.
Tell me again all the crimes I've committed, and I'll tell you the price of victory.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
That's a bit hard, man. I did try and ping it, but it's like, I mean, they were kind of fighting down there. I can help with W.
An enemy has been slain. Shut down.
Gets a double kill in a shutdown. I can't ping it more, Kaiser, bro. Like, uh-oh. Why did you see Rel here, chat?
You so enjoy explaining things to idiots.
I'm gonna take this wave and leave. She's kind of fed now, I think. But my E lands on the creep, bro. My E lands on the creep, like how can I play? But my E lands on the creep, bro, so it's unlucky. And my Rakan just... Ooh, there's so many things went wrong that fight, it's kind of frustrating. Let me show you, let's go another bit of the game, chat. I got something up my sleeve.
I've heard what they call the waste of their
An enemy has been slain.
Let me show you guys the item that is rower, but just better.
I suppose
Better rower, I call it.
decency to fear you. Never make a bargain with a demon that you intend to keep.
Try and look.
Is it not enough for Noxus to be strong? A conquered nation is a loyal one.
Can maybe bait something here. I am kind of strong, I think.
I peer through the darkness others fear.
Are they on Drake?
The old
No.
wounds ache. They are reminders.
Oh my god, she outplayed them though. That's really well played. That is really well played.
Yet to be decided.
So Burley, welcome. Love the content, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Altså, blir man velkommen.
They are 5 steps from realizing. I am 10 steps ahead. A voice whispers in the shadows. Though few
Oh my god, wait. Am I faker, bro? Like, I could just see him moving through Fog of War, bro, with my brain was just like working like that, bro.
they are blind to the cold of this world.
His only play is really to go bot now. I think he might be down now.
An ally has been slain.
You dare oppose Noxus? I often kill in my visions. When I close my eyes, do not.
He's fucking dead. Okay, I mean,
An ally has been slain.
A calculated risk is no risk at all.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Think they have won. I cannot lead if I allow fools to stumble about before me. Destiny marches like any man.
I don't know, bro, what to do against this shit. I feel like he just roamed bot lane and got pentakill.
There is always a choice.
I don't know. I feel like it's really hard to play this game.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
I'm gonna be on mission here.
A petty squabble. Petty. Would they even struggle to survive if they knew what was to come?
Well, we didn't get like a kill, but I mean, we kind of forced them back. I think it's not too bad. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't. I don't know. Stop me. Welcome, bro. I'm doing okay. I can't believe I even got one kill down.
A minor setback, nothing more.
Why is she like low key 1v3? Could kill them all there. Like, I swear this champ is crazy. Champ is a bit crazy.
Your turret has been
They
destroyed.
expect me to play fairly. We aren't even playing the same game.
No risk, no reward.
I'm not sure.
Ready to.
I have killed more men.
Oh, this is difficult, bro.
Not for lack of
Because I mean, Locke can roam before me every time he wants to. Can't really walk into fuck up war. You have TP though. I should have teleported, bro. I think we honestly could win.
that I am right.
Enemy killing spree.
Yeah. I still think it's a winnable, bro. I don't know. I'm so useless, bro. That's what I recommend playing Swain top. Yorick, Aatrox, or Jace. I don't know what elo you're in, so depends what they play in your elo, bro.
This is the least of my crimes.
Your turret has been destroyed. Enemy rampage. Shut down. An enemy has been slain.
Nice. Loki dead, yeah. Never mind, he's out.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Pity stays the hand of the merciful, but not mine.
It's so fast, bro.
It is not
Your
the vision
team has destroyed a turret.
but what I do not see. This whispered into shadow have a way of reaching my ears. I was born an electrician. I became a soldier. After the battle, the razor's
I mean, I'm just dead here, I think.
An enemy
Unless I get a double stack like that. I don't know.
You chose wrong.
I don't get how there's not a single teammate near mid. Like, I thought I could just kind of kite and my team would be around the corner. Bro, I run straight from here to up here and I'm just forever alone. Maybe my team cleans here though. They did use some ults for me. Well, that's just Leandro, bro. It's really good in the enemy draft. Also, Leandro's really broken with his pen. I'm trying out like some pen build now with the buff Swags that gives 20 pen, bro. It's kind of crazy high. It's kind of crazy high. And Bloodlust early is genuinely just giving the stats that Rower should give, bro. Except for mana, which you can maybe get through runes. But also, the 30 shred is actually not even bad, even if they don't build MR. It's still 12 magic pen. 12 magic pen is like having an extra pair of swords on top of your buffed swords already. So when you shred 12 flat pen and then 20 pen, most champs that don't build MR, they are cooked. Yeah, Loki, I don't even want to. I low-key don't even want to play more here. I'm low-key done with that game. We're low-key done with that game, bro. The clan doesn't work. Thank you, Liman, bro. I'll see you. I've considered Dooku with Cabex. We haven't really talked before much, but he's a pretty cool guy, seems. Fiddle OTP, Swain OTP, imagine the demons. I think Swain with insta pop on activation, better AP skills, and he would be fine. Passive is bad also. Yeah, I think there's many things they could do, bro, to change Swain and make him better. Yeah, I think he's in a pretty bad spot. Streaming tomorrow? No, this is last stream before I go on vacation. I'm not streaming tomorrow. I'm gonna be spending all day tomorrow editing, so I can get some videos out while I'm gone. I wonder what people are gonna think about this rework idea. I don't know, for those of you guys who heard it in the start, what do you guys think about it, low-key? Like, is it unrealistic? What would my ideal Swain build be? A Rod of Ages, a Cosmic Drive. I wish Swain would utilize Rod of Ages, and I wish he would utilize Cosmic Drive. Post on Reddit, see what people have to say. True. I'll post a video about it when I talk about the changes, but I mean... Okay, I could also post on Reddit, I'll see. Seems pretty fair and easy to do. Here road. The E is kind of OP, it's like Threshold. Yeah, kind of like Threshold, I guess you could say. So what you're saying is the E is OP because it works like every other hook ability. I know what you mean, bro. The E would be hey, hold up, Hassan. The E would be broken if it worked like every other stun ability in the game, bro. I know what you mean. All the art changes are really fine, but I don't think Riot will ever get rid of the stacking mechanic. Yeah, I'm not sure they will either. They seem to be very set on the stacks.
Above all.
But you know, it's just my idea. Riot doesn't have to do this. I just wish they would do like something. If they just did half of this, bro, I would be happy. Like, will you cover your Swain Rework in a video? Yes, Shadow. I'll make like a edited down version and post, I think. Just for a little fun video. This I already talked about all this and all my thoughts. I'll make like a little shorter cut down video on it. They will rework Swain. We don't know. This is just a fan rework I made.
People fear what they cannot understand.
So I asked for silence ban, and I have 2 people on the team banning none. Low-key, I want a first pick, bro. Hey, if they pick Silas, it is what it is, bro. We got 2 people banning none. Two people pick banning none here. If they insta-lock Silas now, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, let's see it. Loki, I hope my team gets punished by a Silas. I'll give him 10 kills. Make sure he's taken when he takes my ult, he's gonna fuck shit up, bro. Name is a small town 30 minutes from my home. I've been to the Husum in Germany, if that's the one you're referring to. I felt like a king, bro, when I was in Husum, bro. I was like, this is my city, bro. This is my city. Holy. Silas that busted now? Did the matchup get harder, or did he just get buffed? Or why we have to ban? We have to ban Silas when you first pick Swain. Or, I mean, I don't have to, but I ask for it for my teammates' sake, because Silas can be played in top lane, jungle, mid, ADC, and support in Season 16. So, I'm not scared of the matchup, personally. I'm not scared of him. But what can happen is enemies jungle pick Silas, and then he runs around, picks up kills, and then we have a problem. I'm not scared to fight him 1v1. If I just get to lane against him, then I know I can punish him. But if I'm not laning against him and he gets fed, it is what it is, bro. So I'd rather just have him banned for my teammates' sake. But I got 2 people cosplaying Faker on my team, banning none, so it is what it is, bro. Yo, Petalop, bro, thank you for the 15 months. Hello, sir, late stream. God bless America. Welcome, bro. Yeah, this is my last game. I just wanted to, because I'm going on vacation Sunday, and I won't be home in 10 days. So this is my last stream before a huge break. So I thought it was fine just to come by, play a few games. But yeah, guys, this is the last game. It's late for me as well. Are you vacation too? I'm going to Greece. I know you guys make fun of my it's actually like, come on guys, like I swear chat is making fun of my skin color, bro. Genuine. I swear chat is making fun of my skin color, bro. Just wait until I get back from Greece, bro. Holy shit. Listen, legit chat. There is no sun in Denmark, bro. It's not my fault, bro. It's like, stop making fun of my skin color, bro. It's not cool, bro. Like, come on, guys, come on. It's a Neeko here. I like Vampire Husum. True, bro. Vampire Husum is a good gold skin, man. I don't know why some people make fun of it, bro. Just wait until you get tanned Husum cosplay, bro. Tanned Husum skin.
When their lives flash before their eyes, so do their secrets.
First blood.
Tell me again all the pride that goes in, and I'll tell you the price of victory. To redraw the map, the blood of soldiers must be the ink.
An enemy has been slain.
Incompetence surrounds me.
Durima Husum. Whatever that means, bro.
I've heard what they call me. What a waste of final words.
No.
A voice.
I didn't even pay attention to the minions, bro. She might flash E on me, by the way. No, I didn't even get a stack there, bro.
An enemy has been slain.
Ay,
An ally
man.
has been slain.
This is pretty bad. This is pretty bad, Husum. You should probably go back. You should probably just base TP.
More than what we do not understand. We fear being understood.
An enemy has been slain.
I do so enjoy explaining.
Well, we're kind of fine now. We are kind of fine now.
There is always a choice. The truth is
Moving from a really sunny place to Denmark. How cooked am I?
a riddle wrapped
Uh-oh.
in mystery.
Might be cooked, bro. You might actually get cooked. Like, you might have to source D vitamin, bro, from somewhere else.
An ally has been slain.
You would do well to die.
Enemy double kill.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention. That was Neeko, man. Oh my god. Holy shit. Well, the good thing is, when you are against a mobile, WE is so fucking broken, I can't lie. Like, when you're against a mobile champ, if you W behind them and don't have flash, they are low-key cooked. They are genuinely cooked.
Humankind, dragonkind, both despair.
An enemy has been slain. Shut down. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
They expect me to play fair. We aren't even playing the same game.
Got ult and I got first move, yeah. It's really good. Why is Neeko top lane, by the way?
The ravens feast.
That's a really nice fucking angle. See that cheeky ass angle from the Frog of War? I caught his ass, bro.
Ground power to their host.
Oh my god. Nice, bro.
Luxia knows who he is and what he must do.
Trying to make some plays bot side now. I got my jungle there. Might clear up towards top though.
Assuming one can read.
But I'm just gonna go ward.
I never stop.
Enemy jungle. Go back mid.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
I was born a patrol.
Thanks for clumping.
I became.
I think that's Neeko actually. Yeah, this is Neeko. Can ult, I think I kill.
Slain an enemy.
Well, is that gonna die as well, bro? Oh. Heal. Okay, but am I like the chosen Swain player or what, bro? I thought she was trying to bluff me with the standing still there. I was like, cause she did that once on me, bro. She already bluffed me once. I was like, maybe she's tricking me, bro. Nice. No bad at all, bro. I saw her on the. I knew it was her because I just saw like a random thing, like melee range minion walk like here. I was like, okay, Loki, that's her. She was hiding in the wave again. Trying to sneaky beak up on me, bro, like that. Maybe just go back, bro. At least I kind of trolled though, bro. I don't know what he thought. I'm not sure what he thought would happen, bro. You're automatically the chosen Swain player? Because you're the only Swain player. Maybe, bro. Maybe true.
I have killed more men with words than by my own hand. Not for lack of trying.
What the hell, man? This is a good W here, though.
Enemy has been slain. Rampage. Killing spree.
Beautiful team, bro.
That is one way to
That is one way to surrender. Mana done is like I'm here too. Holding in tight as well. On the zone, bro. I know what you mean.
Been slain.
Hey,
They are
Loki, I'm just gonna say.
cold logic of this world.
An enemy has been slain.
Nice, and I got the stacks there.
Never make a bargain with a human that you intend to keep.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh, if I get EW off, bro, they low-key get cooked. If I get that EW off, man. We've been sick. Shutdown to Aatrox CS, not too good, but you know what? It's gonna be okay, bro. It's gonna be okay. Also, do you think it makes sense to take Sweeper most games with APC? Yeah, it does. I think Sweeper is the most natural ones after laning phase. It's just like being able to clear wards when you go into the jungle is just so good. To know that the enemies aren't watching you.
Your turret has been destroyed.
There are 5 steps from rerun. I am 10 steps ahead. A calculated risk is no risk at all.
An ally has been slain.
Okay. No, I guess just push bot lane. I mean, I got TP. Top lane is losing kind of hard. It's not too good. But all of us other people are kind of winning. We should just play around bot here. It's very alone and isolated. No jump now. What a flash here. Oh, that was good. I went back in. Oh,
Enemy killing.
my bad.
I am in your debt.
Jace is dead again, bro. Jace, man. Kinda hard to play, bro, when Jace trolls.
But it will be far crueler to show them that I am right.
Don't think we can stay around any longer, man. It's been too long, man. We gotta, like...
When I already have some.
Let's up his base.
Rampage.
I cannot lead if I allow fools
Okay,
to
good.
stumble about. It is wise to fear the future. It belongs to them.
Just go bot and teleport to fights, bro. I mean, enemy Ness is kind of strong, but I think I think we are pretty strong too, bro. And I'm dealing like massive damage once I get in a fight.
It is not the
I'll teleport if they need me, bro. Still don't kill. But how much of a top gap is this, bro?
is all the advantage I need.
Your turret has been destroyed.
think I'll go back because I got my item now. This is a really big spike. If you go like a pen build, if you have pen, so much pen here, and you get Leandri, it's like insane damage. By the way, this Leandri is gonna deal like 1k minimum next fight. Guess I'll just go bot. I mean, Jace has TP, bro. He should match it.
Destiny marches like any.
There we go.
A petty squabble for pettier men.
What's a bad W? Sniper.
Often kill my visions when I close my eyes.
Okay. Oh my god.
Forged in soul fire.
Yeah, it seems pretty balanced, bro. Like, is chat is chat is the balance team? Is it just are they chat GPT? Are they using chat GPT to use the patch notes or what? Like, I'm kind of curious, bro, because I feel like every patch they overshoot with buffs. Oh yeah, guys, we buffed Mordekaiser, best fucking top laner in the game. Yeah, guys, here's the build with rework. Like, best fucking late game champ in the fucking game. Yeah, we buffed Nasus, best fucking top laner in the game. Like, can they, like, bro, can we just do a buff where it doesn't make them the greatest champion in the game? Like crazy, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but like most last 3 months of patches have been like nothing burgers. It's super slow. It feels like they don't know what they're doing, bro. Like, genuinely feels like ChatGPT, bro. Is on the balance team.
Tell me again all the crimes that could, and I'll tell you the price.
I'm not on it, guys. I'm checking power.
To redraw the map, the blood of soldiers must be
But we can't even, like, he has frozen hand, bro, but I still can't kill him, bro.
An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill. Unstoppable. Enemy triple kill.
a voice whispered.
And they get caught in mid lane while we. Okay. Not frustrating at all.
Your turret has been destroyed.
More than what we do not understand. Fear being understood.
Why not? Why not? Why shouldn't I put the haunted guys in the bag, bro?
I suppose I should be grateful I am.
Your turret has been destroyed.
you so enjoy explaining things to idiots? There is always
You cannot do that shit, bro.
the truth is no exception.
Can he? No, bro. But I don't know, like, can't you just walk with me, Graves? Like, why you pinging Baron? Can you just walk with me mid lane? Like, I don't understand, bro. These fucking Baron pings are so stressful, man. We're not doing Baron. Why is he pinging it perma? We're not doing that shit, bro. Now I'm just dead on soul.
I pierce the darkness
Ally has been slain.
They expect me to play fair. We aren't even playing the same game.
It's kind of crazy how many times you win lane and as Swain but lose the game. Yes. Because my champ does not scale. So it's like completely up to my team.
We must remind them of their place.
Double kill. Enemy triple kill.
It's what it is, bro.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Like look mid lane, by the way. Look mid lane. Yeah, nice. You can. I put her down 0-4. It doesn't matter, bro. I'm just the worst champ in the game, so it is what it is. If Riot actually cared, they would listen and do some kind of rework. I made it easy for them. I could send this to you guys if you want a little help. But also, I'm sure ChatGPT could come up with something, bro. It is what it is. Like anything, bro. Like Riot just anything, bro. Like I'm sure, like just whatever, bro. It's just cooked, bro. It's just cooked. Guys, I'll see you guys next time. I'm not playing more. It's getting too late, and I don't want to play more. I just got 3 losses in a row, bro. I don't know, every game just feels so. I feel like a complete useless donkey, bro. Every single game. Like even games I like win lane, I'm just a donkey, bro. Like I know I can't carry ever on Swain. Like first game, Soup leaves me. I'm 1v2 versus Xerath Cillian, and they just fucking CC me, slow me. I'm outscaled, I'm outranged. This game was a fucking disaster as well. He just roamed bot, got double kill. Then I can't deal with Locke, man. Same shit this game, I win lane. But I don't scale. And my ult doesn't do anything. Like ult level 11 and level 16 does zero thing, bro. He's just, I don't know. I'm honestly surprised how I even made it to Grandmaster, bro. I can't lie to you. I'm kind of surprised how I even made it to Grandmaster. with current Swain playing him in mid lane, bro. This shit is not cool. Have fun on the vacation. Thank you, bro. Yeah, guys. Just for those who didn't hear it, I'm going on a vacation Sunday. So I won't be back in 10 days. From Sunday. So I won't be able to stream. There's gonna be no Husum streams for the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna try and get some uploads still going, but yeah. Maybe when I come back, chat, Swain is fixed, okay? Klugi. He's fixed, chat, when I come back, right? There's gonna be a patch note saying Swain adjustment when I come back. Just in time for my return. I'm very much expecting that, Riot. We are expecting that. Once I come back, chat, we get challenge on Swain. Okay? Once we come back, it's time for challenger, man. Because I've been Hearthstone Grandmaster for 3 months now. But yeah, guys, if you want an in-depth explanation of my fan rework I did earlier today, I'm gonna make a video on it and post it, so you don't have to go back in the bot or anything. I'll edit it out for you guys. But that's it for me, chat. Have a really good one. Stay safe, okay? Stay safe. You would miss Husum. I'll miss you guys too. I know that's a long time away from our PC, bro. And from you guys. I haven't really been on a vacation, honestly, since doing YouTube. I haven't been on a vacation, so it's gonna be strange being so much away. But yeah, guys, have a good one, right? You can probably still type to me in my Discord. I have my phone with me, so I can still type in there. And I'll schedule some videos that's gonna upload. So I mean, there's still gonna be like a few videos maybe. Yeah, it's gonna be okay, bro. It's gonna be okay. I'll see you guys around, okay? Alright, peace out. Stay safe.